Alright, welcome. Okay, so you just saw those BNBs, right? So what I like about this setup is that it stops people from doing dumb things like vanish, DP, raw tag, reflect, mash, 5LL, jump, and it's really good at legitimately baiting your spark, right? Like say you summon Goldo Raccoon, right? That's his best setup by far. When they spark, and most of the time they'll like get rid of Goldo, but if you set Goldo first and then backdash Raccoon will stay out, and like the beam is still gonna keep going. That beam is like the longest beam in the game, so either they get hit, you combo them, or they block it and they're not gonna reflect again because they're scared. It's really good for that, and the good thing about this setup is that once you hit them with it once, they're gonna be like, oh shoot, like I'm gonna respect it from now on, and it's actually quite nice. I really like this because, you know, people are just becoming more mashier. You know, not everyone, you know, there's a few good players, it's like they'll respect you, but it's really good at like limiting their options. It's like an expensive Ghost Oki, but a little easier, and I think Ginyu really benefits from these setups. I'm going to show like 3 examples. Okay, so when you put them in this setup, you can either go for 2M starter, or, you know, overhead 6M, right? Or Dragon Rush if you think they're going to reflect, right? And Spark, I'll go for that 4th option in the next segment. We're going to do a basic BNB. Right, 50-50 them, whatever. However you want to open them up. You can loop to the other side, like to the corner, but say you do this. Most of the time, they're going to be crouching like that. And then you bring in Beerus or whoever, your character of choice, you put them in a setup, right? And that's the mix, okay? Notice how they immediately go crouching down, because they're like, oh shit, what is this? Nobody really like knows what to do in that. And let's be honest, how many of us really know how to fight this purple guy? Nobody. It's all about character unfamiliarity, right? Because they're not gonna know, because they're so used to the meta that you don't see Ginyus, you don't see Beeruses, but you see Beeruses sometimes. I play on PC, so I don't see Ginyus at all. So this is pretty good. Now, if you hit them with this once, because everyone sucks at blocking 6Ms, right? No one's gonna block everything. They're not Goichi. You can do standing block. They're gonna stand block the next time, and that's when you should change it up. So after you hit them with 6M in that first mix-up, they're gonna like, you're gonna think, okay, he can do that. I'm just gonna block high next time, right? Simple. So that's when you go low, and it's really hard to look for everything because there's so much crap on the screen, you know. You're not gonna look for everything at once. It's too hard. So that's where you just do this. Just go for 2M, alright? And when you do that, they explode in damage. I guarantee it will work, okay? People do get hit. They get hit. And look how much damage this guy he does, like at least a good 70% gone. Alright. So, and say you don't have access, like you get the knockdown on Ginyu with Ginyu instead. Like I'll show an example, and you don't do the setup that I just showed you. You can just call some anti-air, like some assist that goes up. It'll stop them from jumping, but either or is good, you know. So there's another 3rd option you can do for the mix-up is sneaking a Dragon Rush, right? Simple. The only negative is that you will end up with Birder and Jace, right? So you have to like either just tag in someone else on Wake Up, or just, you know, try to open them up with it, make a combo. You can still get something with it, but it's kind of difficult. So, alright, we're just gonna make it simple. There it is. It's honestly kind of cheap. And then this is where you do this. So yeah, so you can kind of get something like that working. It's pretty good. You can get in their head first with the Dragon Rush, because the more things, the more different setups you do, or like different wake up options you do, the more you get in their head, and that's how you condition them, right? If you keep doing the 6M or 2M, they're gonna reflect, tag out. You just switch it up every time. Just keep them guessing. All right, that's how you condition them, get in their head. But yeah, so Dragon Rush is a very good option. All right, definitely go for it if you can. All right, so characters that have DPs, you have to approach them a little bit differently. I set this guy to DP after Goldo because, well, first, when you put them in the setup, they can't DP like immediately. It counts as like a vanish, you know, or mash, so they're gonna get hit. It's gonna, you'll be able to know if they're getting hit or not. So we're just gonna do some B&B. So what I recommend doing for DPs, summon Raccoon back, and then they're gonna do that. Here's a better example. You might fall out, you might fall out. You can do that too. And I dropped it, but just don't drop like I did. Follow that sequence and you should be okay. Sometimes it will try to vanish after the DP, but then Raccoon is still there because he's gonna vanish to you. He's not gonna vanish behind Raccoon. It doesn't work like that. So I'm gonna talk about what they do when they spark. Sometimes people will mash in there. I'm not joking. I've seen it. So I set them to spark after knockdown. So we're just gonna do something simple just for the sake of time. So summon Goldo, then backdash Raccoon, and then he'll come out. And remember that they can't really jump all the way up because, you know, you're summoning the Ginyu Force before they get the chance to wake up, right? That's the whole point of the setup. It eliminates jumping immediately, right? They can't jump out, they can't vanish, they can't mash. So, you know, normally you're just gonna want to spark, right? Because this is almost like an unblockable in a way. And I'm going to be showcasing some examples of real matches of me doing this on people. If you're one of those people and you're watching this, sorry, no hard feelings. Just try and win the game like you are too. But yeah, this is very beneficial. I recommend that you try it. Let me know if you have problems. Anyways, thank you for watching.
Ginyu! こ